Alright, my name is Benton Blake, CFII, Idaho Falls, Idaho location for Utah Helicopter. Today we're going to go over isobars, as well as touch a little on isotherms. Have you ever wondered where wind comes from? Well, wonder no longer. Isobars play a lot in where wind comes from. What happens, some people are familiar with the term, but we'll go over it here. High pressures chase low pressures. And the atmosphere, our world, contains a lot of areas of different pressures. So the best way to understand where our winds come from, and then also have an understanding of the strength and direction, is to understand where these different pressures lie. So what's plotted on a map are these lines called isobars. And isobars are lines of equal pressure. So wherever the pressure is the same, you pretty much plot a line throughout. So, hypothetically we'll say this is a pressure of 1,000 millibars. Right down here we have pressure of 1,004 millibars. Here 1,008. And it doesn't always have to be lines either. It can be, a circle. And right here, we could have 995 millibars, and here, as much as 1,010 millibars. And something to note here is if we have a pressure that's surrounded on all sides by higher pressures, we call that a low pressure system. This right here, being a higher pressure than what's it's surrounded by, is established as a high. Now again, highs chase the low. We can see that these isobars, continually get low as they go down. But also something to note is how close they are together. Pressure gradient force is what we refer to with the distance between these. The further the distance, the less the force. Closer to the distance, the greater the force. And since the highs want to chase the low, it creates winds flowing, or that want to flow, perpendicular to these lines. The closer they are together, the stronger the force, the faster these winds. Real quick, because we're in the northern hemisphere, Coriolis force causes us to get deflected to the right a little bit. We'll touch on that a little bit more next lesson. But to give you a basic understanding of that, that is why we have high pressures that usually rotate clockwise and then go into low pressures counterclockwise. So that's isobars for you, lines of equal pressure.